a feeling that, or have you noticed in 2023 that cum has been a big word for this year?
Has been a factor for us? Yeah, for sure.
For us or for I think the world. I feel like I don't know if it's just getting older and I'm realizing that people just say it a lot.
Yeah.
Or is it just...
Have we spread cum word of mouth?
That's... Hello and welcome to the Friendship and Stupidity podcast.
Can we get a t-shirt that says that?
Yeah. Have we spread cum word of mouth? That was really good.
Yeah, I don't know what made me think of that, but
that was you were quick on your feet. Well, in that reminds me, I was thinking about this. You know how whenever you don't tell me about what we're going to talk about, and then you bring something up and you're like, what do you think about this? And then I'm like, God, I'm terrible on the spot like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would be terrible at like improv.
Yeah.
And I just realized that whenever I first made the podcast, I had to select like what the category it was, and I think I hit improv.
I had a class in my first college I went to, and it was like an improv class. It wasn't really improv. It was really just like learning theater, but like the whole entire time all you did was just dick around and pretend to be in random scenes. I loved it.
That's so cool. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I could make up shit on the spot. Like everyone, of course, tried to be funny, which then I also tried my best to be funny. But like my teacher would always get really pissed off at everyone, and he was just like, "Can you just act serious for a second?" He's like, "I know you guys have all watched Whose Line Is It Anyway, but just fucking just give me something real." So like sometimes I would, but for the most part I would. I don't know, like whenever someone was like, and now there's a dog, and I'm just like, fucking come here, Sparky. Like I can just, I don't know, like my brain just, I think it's because it's already thinking at 100 miles an hour that I just can, I don't know.
I think I'd want to try it. I think it's whenever someone asks me of like my opinion, or I have you ever done any like debates in school?
No.
Like not like a debate team, but in my English class we had to do debates on topics, and like topics that you don't even care about.
Yeah. Of
course. So like you're sitting up there and then you're arguing for or against a point.
Yeah.
Like there was one that I can't remember if we did it both junior and senior year. But there was one time that I had a partner and we were doing great. Like she was great. She was like telling me, like I was telling her like all these things that I was going to talk about whenever it got to my part. She's like, that's good. And I brought up something that was a little controversial, but it was like, it made sense because it connected back, and it kind of like added to like a little bit of drama. It was like, oh, that's great. Like they won't know what to say to that. And I said it in the class, and she looked at me like when I said it, and she's like, what the hell? You're really thrown. I think she even said like afterwards, she's like to someone else that I couldn't hear. She's like, I don't know why he said that. And I think it had something to do with gun violence. Like that was what I brought up and how it connected to something, which I'm remembering it now. I think that debate was on it was on water, like the lack of water in California, which doesn't really make sense to gun violence. So it must have been something different, because I wasn't completely off the wall with the comparison. Yeah. And then the second one, my senior year, was on free college, and I can't remember which side we had to be on. But of course, it's like, if you're on the side that you don't care about, how can you argue that?
Well, see, that's how I am on most topics. So like if someone wanted me to debate, it's like, I don't think I have that much interest in one thing to like have a debate about. I recently had a conversation with somebody, and I've talked to you about this before. I have no urge to talk anything political with anybody. I'm not going to do it now on this podcast.
No.
Fuck that.
No, that's not what this podcast is.
I literally had to talk politics with somebody. And I even said at the very beginning, what I always say, I don't like to talk about politics because I think it just ruins friendships, and it just honestly makes people that have a normal conversation otherwise go at each other's throats and just dislike each other. And I'm like, so I don't really like talking about it. And guess what? Got bulldozed right over, and guess what happened? We talked about it. Everyone had their differences, and everyone just felt weird after that. And I'm just like, I don't like it. I'm like, I absolutely hate that. So like, I just never have had like any topic that I wanted to debate about.
It's good. Like, just politics in general is good to talk about, but only if everyone wants to talk about it, or as long as, like, when you get to the point where someone's like, okay, we've talked about this enough, or in like your scenario of like, I don't talk about it and I don't really care to, like, just drop it there. Don't just like bulldoze over someone. Be like, you know what? No, I actually want to.
No,
like,
I want you to get my point. It's like, I get your point.
Yeah.
I just don't care. Like, I truly don't want to talk about this. Like, that's like my biggest thing. I've never, ever been like that. And so, like, that's like most debates. Like, someone could even be like, video games are bad for you. And I'd be like, I like video games. I can say how they're bad for you. You got me. And they'd be like, well, that's not much of a debate. It's like, I don't care.
Well, and then if you say like, well, I mean, not my whole life, but like a large portion of my life has been like centered around video games. Like, I've been playing them for all my life. So, I mean, I'm going to say that they're not really that bad for you.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, okay, well, let's talk more about that. I'm like, I don't want to.
No.
Like that.
No, it's like, but that's what I mean. Like, I would easily be like, no, but I see your point. And that's it. That's all we need. Like, I'm not trying to like completely like, I don't know. I feel like some people at that point, they're just like, no, I feel like you're just trying to sidetrack like my thoughts. It's like, no, I've fully comprehended it. Like, I'm good. Like, I get both sides. I truly do. I don't need you to explain any further to me. Like, you're
the guy
truly
who
do not care.
Someone says like video games are bad for you, and you just sit there and you're like, you basically look at them like you were like waiting for them to continue, and then they finish and you just say, you got me there, and then they're like, all right.
Yeah. Are you gonna come back at me with him? No, I'm good.
It's like, yeah, I mean, there have been people that have like played games that that did like end up shooting someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they'd be like, but you just said you liked them. Yeah. So
yeah. I mean, I can
don't
like
care.
Something and it not be the greatest thing for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
I like to smoke weed, and it's not the best for you.
Exactly.
It's legal.
I also like to drink beer. That's definitely not good for you, but here we are. We have one every single time, which we were just talking before the episode, and I don't want to get too sidetracked because I know you had something. But we talked about I had an ice cold beer in an ice cold frosted glass. And my God, I told Andy, I had to change my pants. Like, I just painted the shorts, like
painted the town white.
Yeah, exactly. I spread the word. It was ridiculous. Like, there's something about having a cold glass. I was like, ooh. And I also had a Mexican style beer. I think that's what it said on the menu, where we had like the lime squeezed on like in it. Oh, a nice draft beer. Oh.
Did you just have a Corona?
No. It was something else. It was a different brand that was like, they had it on draft, and it was like a special craft beer or something. And I just, oh my God, it just hit the spot. Like, that was like when people have a Corona, I'm sure they're like, man, that's really nice and refreshing. I've never had that with Corona. I've been like, okay, that's a beer.
Yeah.
That was like a hell yeah.
The one time I tried doing you drop the thing in and then you put your thumb over and then you tip it upside down.
Yeah.
One time I did that, it just sprayed all over me.
I actually have a very similar story. Yeah. Every goddamn time that I've tried that, sprays. Don't get it. It's either little or fuck ton. Doesn't matter. Literally, out at a restaurant with somebody, I won't give away their names. But we all ordered Corona because we were at, well, I guess I ordered Corona because I'm an alcoholic. They ordered waters. But so I ordered Corona because that's all I could see on the menu that I was, something I was familiar with. Gets there, had the lime, and I was like, yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to drink it straight. And they're like, you're not going to do the lime? And I'm like, no, it doesn't work out for me. And they're like, what do you mean it doesn't work out? Like, you got to do the lime. That's the whole thing with the Corona. I was like, I don't really know, guys. Like, I really think it's not worth it. And they're like, no, come on, you got to do it. And I was like, okay, literally put it in there, flipped it upside down, flipped it all over me. Literally shotgun blast. All over me, all over my shirt, all over my face. Literally had to clean myself off with everyone's napkins at the table, and they just laughed. And they were like, that's
Why
wild.
did you do that?
And I'm like, I told you I didn't want to do it. Like, literally, it was like having a debate with somebody. I'm like, I told you I didn't want to do it. Yeah. Like, I knew this was going to be my outcome. Like, I've never had it been able to work. So, like, very similar to you. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bullshit. How can people lime?
How can people lime?
How can people lime, Andy? It's bullshit. I've had enough. No.
All right, you heard it. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here her first.
I was hoping you didn't catch that.
I haven't called you out in a long time on one.
No. Yeah.
Exactly. It's been episodes since I've called you out on one, so I figured it was probably time.
Yeah. First of the year. This is the first episode of 2024.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because we talked about. That's a good question. Last year was a
question.
bit. Well, I guess I have a good question. I feel, or it might be a good question. Last year was the year of the cum.
Yeah.
Hold on. Last year was the year of cum and talking about porn. I feel like we talked about porn a lot last year. What's this year going to be about?
Well, I'm on the spot again, so I don't.
Is it going to be just more cum, or is cum going to dribble into the next year?
I feel like there's no way it's not.
Yeah, I'm just wondering though, is cum going to come into the new year with a big splash or like a whimper? You know what I mean?
I think it's going to be a whimper.
Whimper, you think?
I mean, we're talking about it now, and it's kind of splashing.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think we're gonna keep talking about it because it was the same with porn. I think we started with porn, and then it didn't come back until just recently when we relaunched. So, yeah, porn had a really weird resurgence. It just like that was something that just barely we talked about in when we first started. And then just recently, it was just like, all right,
yeah, just kick back up.
Yeah, just keep bringing it. This year, I'm hoping that we start doing some more other videos other than just the podcast. So I'm thinking that that might be
okay,
what comes up, but that also that's very vague and I don't know what we would what they would be about. But I think that's my goal for this year. It's do more videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
We can do that.
Yeah. You know what? Well, fuck yeah. We could do that. Yeah.
Let's cheers to
sure.
that.
Oh yeah. Cheers to the new year too, Andy.
Yeah.
My goodness. Ooh, yes. Okay. So you mentioned to me that I have to read stuff off my phone for this episode.
So you don't like to debate on politics.
Okay.
But there's one thing that you will debate on, and I think you'll get a good laugh on.
Okay.
It's that the birds aren't real. And I don't know if you've noticed the shirt that I was wearing.
I noticed. Yeah. I was reading it.
And for those who are watching the video podcast, it's 4 birds, or 4 people, and then there's 1 bird. I always mix it up because I thought at first it was the Beatles. I think it's supposed to be that.
Yeah, I also thought it was the Beatles.
It's 3 people and then 1 bird disguised in them, and it says birds work. Yeah, birds work for the bourgeoisie. And I think Alexa, sorry, my roommate.
Oh, slip.
Yeah, we
slip of the tongue.
Yep, first one of the year. Yeah. She had sent it to me a while back. It was probably around the time when we first talked about it. On the podcast, and I thought it was so funny, and she bought this for me for Christmas. And she's like, she was telling me like all the gifts to open, like in which order and whatever. And then I opened this one like second to last, and I was like, "This is awesome! Like this is such a good shirt." And it was like the gift that kept on giving because I have a card.
Okay.
That is the official membership card of Birds Aren't Real.
God.
And I haven't signed it yet,
Oh my
but I'm going
God.
to. And there's a sign, and it says, like, blank for, like, where you sign. It says, is a member of the Birds Aren't Real movement.
Well, what the fuck is this?
And then there's some other things that it came with, too, that I forgot to bring.
Donovan Clay, Minister of the Bird Brigade.
This is... So, with that, go ahead and look at the pictures that my roommate sent you.
Oh my God.
And the reason why I'm not like reading them is because obviously we're using my phone, and the iPad died, so I wasn't able to bring that over. But there's like a whole.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she sent a few pictures there.
It's a slideshow.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like a whole slideshow
Oh
of
my-
like a PowerPoint of like, and there's like graphs in there too. It's really funny.
Oh my goodness! For the video, we'll have to like
Yeah,
put up
I'm gonna-
these slides.
Yeah, that's what I
and you
was-
want me to read through all these slides?
Well, you can like pick and choose as you're like looking through. They're the one that I really wanted you to see was, I think it's the last one. It's on a shirt, but the card that I got was like the different definitions of each bird of like what they are. Because there's one, like one of the first
This is so
Go ahead.
stupid.
No, go ahead.
It just says the bird drones of North America, and it says pity, pigeon, city surveillance, vulture, public sanitation, bluebird, retina scanner.
This was like a card that I got with it.
Oh,
and so
that's rad.
that one's on a shirt, but I got a card maybe like, I don't know, like this big, whatever. And it just has like each of the birds, and it says like what their jobs are.
Oh my
It's
God.
incredible.
That's hot. That's a hot way to live. Hummingbird attack drone, seagull coastal surveillance, goose recreational surveillance, hawk regional alpha. That's
hard.
That's a hard name. If I ever had a job title, I want it to be regional alpha.
Yeah.
That's fucking rad. Sparrow general surveillance, raven stealth attack drone. There we are. The shirt was crooked. Parrot linguistics analyst, and flamingo aquatic. What the fuck is this? Aquatic century. What in the world? What is this? This is ridiculous. I do like though that like the first slide. Let me take a quick little swig here to wet my whistle. Oh, okay. So the first slide says the U.S. government committed mass bird genocide from 1959 to 2001, murdering 12 billion real birds. Real's the key word here. Using a poisonous toxin sprayed from airplanes.
So before you continue, why is that? Is it only toxic to birds?
I don't know, Andy. I have to delve deeper. I don't know, because it says, as the real birds were removed, surveillance drone replicas replaced them. Now, all birds in the U.S. are robots. I hate to break it to you. Okay, we might debate.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in 1959 was able to design a fucking bird drone.
Hey, man, you got me there.
I tell you what, you fucking watch... oh my God, what is it? Attack of the Titans or something. Like it was like the 70s movie, and you see the owl that they made for that movie. Fucking awful.
Yeah.
There's no way they
doesn't
could.
look like.
Yeah.
I wonder if birds look different back in the 50s and 60s. You know. Like now they look pretty realistic, but like I wonder if they looked like the puppets in the Christmas movies.
That'd be so awful. I do like this, though. It says the Birds Aren't Real movement was started in 1976 by animal rights activists trying to prevent the genocide of real birds as it was happening. After the attempts failed and the government's plan succeeded, it succeeded, because all the drones. The movement transitioned to spreading awareness, letting people know what happened. And in the picture, it says, birds have rights. By 2001, all birds will be robots. I love that. I love that picture was in 1976. If that picture is real and that was actually 1976, that is incredible. That has aged like a fine wine.
I wonder.
Oh my God.
I wonder when the last time something was published for Birds Aren't Real, because I would love to get Friendship and Stupidity in on that.
I would love, if honest to God, I'm saying this right now. I will go into it fully open. Fully open. I will dive as deep as I can into this chasm. If someone from this, if you can reach out to them and say, "Hey, we have a podcast. We want to talk about this with you. We just want to see. We want to see your points. We're fully open to it." I would absolutely love to hear this, like from an actual person, not like watching a video of it. I would love to hear if this is a real society. Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely would love to hear this.
I think it's so, like, reading all of that documentation. And like, there's facts like that.
Sorry. Go on.
There's facts that go behind a lot of those. I'm curious if this was like something that they started to say like a long time ago, and then people just started to believe it, and then they were like, let's keep moving with this.
Oh, they absolutely have. This one, I won't even laugh.
Okay.
I won't even laugh if they come on, by the way. Like, I will genuinely be like, give it to me. Absolutely give it to me. This one, though. Power lines are one of the many public charging centers implemented by the government, allowing the drones to charge while they survey. Oh, my God. Oh, and they spelled survey wrong, you idiots.
Did they?
Yeah, they spelled it with an L at the end of it.
What?
Yeah, they spelled it Surveil.
Surveil.
I guess surveil. Yeah.
Yeah,
I read it as survey. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same.
While they
same thing.
surveil.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
What is bird poop?
That was.
What does bird mean?
Bird. There's a graph on there that's like, there's 98% of people that.
Sorry, go on.
There's 98% of people that still believe that the birds are real, and there's 2% that are right.
This one says subliminal.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Abominable snowman.
Abominable subliminal bird propaganda is ingrained in American media. Most birds appearing in pop culture are very intentional bird normalization efforts. So the one they have, NBC, the other one they have is, I'm pretty sure, the crest of the United States, or like the president, which is the bald eagle holding the.
Well, that's an interesting thing on that, like the graph of like what each bird is. It doesn't have a bald eagle on there. So I wonder if a bald eagle is the only real one.
Well, in this one, they have formerly Twitter, now known as X. And then the last one, it's Big Bird. Look at that. It's Big Bird. What the fuck? Oh, here's the chart. That's 2%.
What I need to do is just put that picture like on it, like That's a part of friendship and stupidity now. It's just the picture of Big Bird.
Oh my
It's like in a black and white too. It's like we've caught this bird. Have you seen this bird?
Can we just like put a new picture in here that just says birds aren't real? Like this needs to be our new. We need to change this out like every year, and this needs to be like.
We didn't even talk about the moon in 2023. This just needs to become.
I don't know how we would do that.
What? How we would make it come? Shoot a couple loads on it.
Shoot a couple loads. Yeah, we really didn't talk about that at all, did we? About the moon? I mean, I feel like we talked about the moon before, right?
Not the landing of it.
No. You know.
We may have talked about the moon at some. Well, I think there was a video that I had you watch that I wanted you to watch on the podcast, but it just like we just started talking about other things, and it was the that the Earth. It's the guy was like, the Earth isn't flat. That's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And then he pulled out a picture, and it was a pyramid.
Yes. I watched that after the episode of the podcast. Yes.
And he was like, it all stemmed from, why can I see the moon during the day, but I can also see the moon, like, well, I can see the moon clear as day during the day, but then also it's just as clear at night. Yeah. And then he's like, it's because there's two moons. And then he's like, well, you might think that's insane. And you might even think like, oh, well, if that's the case, then it's because the world is flat. No, that's ridiculous. And then he pulls up the pyramid. He's like, is this so ridiculous? And it was like such a Dwight moment. He's like just straight face, glasses on. And he's just, this is what the Earth looks like.
Dude, honestly, if the Earth was a giant pyramid, that'd be rad.
It would make sense to why the Egyptians went with that shape.
With pyramids, yeah. God, that would be so fucking rad. Oh my God, could you imagine? Oh.
How do you, like, if you get to the tip of, like the tip of the pyramid, where, I want to design this ourselves. So, like, it's four-sided, or I think in the video, did it have like a bottom that had a pyramid too? So it was like a gem, basically. I can't remember.
No. It was a full pyramid.
Okay, so then one side would be like the Americas and Canada, theoretically, and then you have like Europe, Asia. Like, where are those? Like what?
They would no. They would be on their own sides.
Yeah,
I feel like America and Canada would be. America and Canada would be like right on the edge of the pyramid, and then Canada would just be on the like.
So it'd be like.
Yeah, it'd be like right like if you unfolded it, they would be right on the.
I think I know.
For people who aren't watching, I'm forming my hands like almost I'm flapping wings, but like it would be like on the edge. Like if you had a flat piece of paper and you hot dogged it, it would be right on that line of the hot dog fold. Yeah.
So when you get to that point though, like that fold, what do you think it's like?
Oh, I don't know.
Because like you'd feel like you were. Or even like, you'd feel like there'd be some sort of like very steep decline or incline, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I don't know. See, I mean,
or and then whenever I was saying like when you got to like the very tip of the pyramid, what would that be like? Because like you're just looking out and you're seeing everything below you. Mm-hmm. But like in weird like cardinal directions, not like. Mm-hmm. Like how it actually is when you go up high, you see circular like the curve of the Earth.
I don't know, that would be wild. Well, I actually just saw a video of somebody. Two things.
Okay,
I saw a video. That's the one. No, I'm kidding. The one video was of somebody like proving that the Earth was flat, and because somebody was standing on top of one of the highest mountains, and they took a picture. And they could just see for miles and miles and miles. I mean, like countless miles. And it was flat. And they could see everything, Andy. And they were like, prove it to me. Prove it to me that this doesn't mean the earth is flat. Like, okay, first for that, if the whole entire earth was flat, I feel like you would see much more than just like the 4 little dots that he saw. Like, you would literally see, you wouldn't be able to see jack shit, actually, because it would be so fucking congested that it would be like a city skyline where you're like,
exactly.
oh, I know there's 8 buildings behind that one building, but they're just all fucking.
How far can you see?
I mean, without my glasses, not really far.
Not you specifically. Like how long, like just like the average person. Like how many miles can you actually see before
I can look
things are
that
just up. I think that's interesting because because you can't just say like if you go up to a tall building or like at the top of a mountain, you're not going to see Kansas, you know?
Yeah. Like you'll see pretty far away, but it's not going to be.
And the further
forever.
you go up, yeah, you'll see more. But I feel like that is a good point. Like if everything was flat, you'd probably see more.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I'm looking it up right now. Also another part of that, the two-parter, one-parter video. Would you ever climb up to the top of a mountain?
I mean, depends on the mountain. Probably not Everest.
Well, that's what I mean. Like a mountain like that, to where you could literally see like above the clouds.
No, I think it would make me too anxious. I think like Mount Everest for sure, because like that's too much of a journey to get there just in general, and then you like there's a lot of training that goes into it because you have to do altitude training.
Mm-hmm.
Like the amount of people that die, I have a hard time breathing anyway. So like,
so you're like, why would I want to make it worse?
Why would I even test it?
I get that. Also, finally found the answer for it. It says you can see up to 3 miles. A person can see up to 3 miles.
I think that's probably about what I was, kind of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't thinking like you can see like 10 miles. I was thinking like it's probably low.
Yeah.
But even that's like, that's like 15,000 feet.
I was going to say that's at a pretty high level. I mean, when you see, of course, when you're on top of a mountain, you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You can see yard. You know what I mean? You can see
yard.
You can see 4, because I mean, what else is there to block you?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
But if you're also up on top of a mountain, if it's tall enough, you might like the clouds are just going to block your view as well.
But that's what I mean. You got to get above that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know. I might do it. I think that would be fun. I don't know. I mean, hold on, take it back. I don't think it would be fun, but I think it would be a hell of an experience. See some dead bodies on the way up. Like,
I think that would be the interesting. Like,
I think as soon as I saw a dead body, I'd be like, all right, going back down.
Exactly. Yeah,
like,
I'm thinking the same thing. Like, as soon as I saw anything dead,
mm-hmm.
Just a human body. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen dead carcasses before, but yeah.
I got a story, Andy.
All right, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you can just derail us.
Oh yeah, absolutely derail. So in my new job, I do delivery,
mm-hmm.
and one of the places I deliver to, we deliver to
a morgue.
A morgue.
Oh my god.
We deliver to a morgue.
That was a guess.
No, we deliver to a morgue. So we actually deliver to a couple places where they deal with, blood and they have to clean and whatnot. So we'll get them like Clorox and all that stuff. A place that I just went to today, we were literally walking around the building. We were like trying to find somebody to sign off on something. We were like, come on, whatever. Like, hello, is anybody here? We literally get to a back room where we saw a map and we saw the room that it told us to go to. And we were like, oh, this is the way we can get to it. We started walking back and we were like, I don't know if we're supposed to be back here. Going back. We see somebody working, hosing off a table full of blood. And I'm just like, I don't think we should be back here. Like, I don't think we should be back here. And the guy I was working with goes, did you see that table? It was just covered in blood. And I was like, let's not talk about it, dude. Let's not talk about it. And then another time we pulled up to the morgue and all there was there was what's the car that they drive dead bodies in?
A hearse.
A hearse. I don't know why I thought that was wrong. I was thinking that in my head. We saw a hearse, and then we saw them like wheel a cart out to it, and we were like, there's a body in that cart, isn't there? Like we were all just stopped and we were like, oh fuck. And then another time, apparently, it didn't happen to me, thank Christ, but there were like people that got into an elevator taking stuff down or like getting ready to come back up, and as they were coming back up the elevator, somebody sneaked into the elevator and they're like, oh, you mind if I go up with you guys? And they're like, yeah, sure, we don't care. And they literally just had a box, and apparently it just had like body parts in it or something, and they mentioned to him, the person, they're like, I was like, got body parts in it or something? They were like, actually, yes, it does, if you need to know. I'm sorry if that bothers you. And they were just like, we didn't need to know that. Yeah. Like they were like, straight up, we just forgot. And oh my God, now it's coming full circle. Oh my God, this is awful, Andy.
You just like had a 1,000-yard stare.
Oh my God.
You could see across the world.
Because I realized sometimes I make jokes with other people and I forget that their humor isn't the same as mine. Mm-hmm. And I also forget that I'm at work sometimes whenever I make these jokes with people. So one day I delivered a shit ton of bleach to the place I just visited today where they washed away all the blood off the table.
Okay.
I unloaded like probably 20 boxes of bleach. In each box, 3 giant fucking bottles of bleach. So like a shit ton of bleach. Sitting there unloading it, and another delivery guy comes up who delivers to this area. And as I'm sitting there unloading it from the truck onto the dock, sitting there unloading box after box, he was like, damn, that's a shitload of bleach. And I was like, yeah, apparently they use it to clean up all the blood. And he just goes, okay, I could see that, and just walks inside. And as I'm loading up the next box, I was like, why the fuck did I just say that to that person? I'm like, they probably don't even do that here. I'm like, I feel like such a jackass, but it was the same place that I just saw today that just did all the bleach.
It was just top of mind.
Oh my God, look at wow, it's all full circle, Andy.
I thought you were gonna say like, yeah, they drink this and then they have to clean up the bodies.
No, I just was like, I think I literally just told the guy, I was like, oh yeah, apparently they just use this to clean up all the dead bodies in there. And then he just was like, okay, and just walked right inside. And I was like, oh, why did I say that? I'm like,
okay, not gonna continue this conversation.
Yeah, don't talk to this guy if I see him again. Don't talk to this
mental
guy.
Note,
yeah. He was really, really bad. But oh my goodness, I don't even, wild thought. I don't know. How long have we been going?
38 minutes.
38 minutes?
Yeah.
You got anything else?
I was just about to say, like, I don't know if I have anything more.
I don't think so either. I think full circle might be the way to end it. Because I, honest to God, like, that blew my mind. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't believe that I set up a joke. Mm-hmm. And the fucking punchline finally came like months later. Like that was like my 3rd day on the job, I think, that I made that joke to somebody. And I was like, why the fuck did you do that, you idiot? Oh my God. Hey, shit happens.
That's podcasting, baby.
That's podcasting, baby. Absolutely. Well, I mean, you said this is the first episode of the new year, correct?
It is, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we didn't do anything like New Year's related because we've already done that before. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Andy actually stuck to any of his resolutions. I sure the hell didn't. Fuck resolutions.
I feel like I tried. I think that's the best that everyone can say.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. Going into the next year, we already got more videos planned. Obviously, we're going to continue doing this. I know Andy mentioned that he really liked us doing the lists that we did for the Christmas episode that we just recently did, so we might do some more of that stuff still.
Yeah, I want to do like just some random shit of like those drafts.
That'd
be fun.
I still have my story to tell.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that eventually, probably around the same time we talk about Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Well, that's where it ends right there.
That's a running joke there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the rest of 2024. Mm-hmm.